Happy Tuesday, everyone. When things aren't going well for me or when things aren't going well in the world, I can tend to get down. When I feel like I've again given into temptation in some way, or I've given into my sinfulness, or when things just aren't going well at work or at home or wherever, and it just seems like things get worse and worse in the world and evil seems to be growing so much, it can be a real spirit of heaviness, a spirit of, oh, nothing's ever going to get better. It can feel so despairing sometimes. I think we all can feel that way, and sometimes more than times than others, and sometimes we can allow it to just really penetrate our hearts and get to a place that's really not very good for us. And all of that is kind of in the spirit of the world, we would say. As believers, we say this is the spirit of the world that kind of doesn't have God in that picture at all. That doesn't really allow God's mercy and love to penetrate our vision of things. And that would be natural for us because we live in the world and we're always kind of being taught by the world in different ways. And so we oftentimes we can leave God out of things when we don't put him in the picture. But as St. Paul says today in our first reading to the Corinthians, he says that we don't have the spirit of the world, but we have the spirit of God. Through our baptism, we are given the Holy Spirit. We have the Spirit of God dwelling within us, and it's something that is always there, yet for us, we have to continually invoke it. We have to use that gift we've been given. And only in that way can we look at the world with our own lives with a spirit of hope, with the Spirit of God, with the mind of Christ. And it's that mind of Christ that is ready to cast out evil when he sees it. It is ready to turn the tables on this world to say that evil, death, and sin don't have the last say, but Jesus' love does. We see how Jesus is so zealous for that even as he begins his ministry today in the Gospel of Luke. As he goes into the temple, he encounters a man with an evil spirit, and he casts out that evil spirit right away, and it leaves. People are astonished by this. This is something that, yes, we can be astonished by, but we shouldn't be surprised by it, because this is Jesus' plan from the beginning. This is God's plan. And with that Spirit of God within us, we too are part of that. We can be a part of that plan, recognizing our belovedness in his eyes and taking on the Spirit of God, which is the mind of Christ.